Imagine you got a new job. You walk in on your first day. Nobody tells you anything. Nobody shows you anything. What do you think would happen? You would be confused. You would make mistakes. And that is why businesses must offer training. So training means teaching workers the skills and knowledge they need to do their job well. Think of it like learning to ride a bicycle. So what's the importance of training to a business? It helps workers do their job better because a trained worker makes fewer mistakes, and that means the business produces better goods or services. Secondly, workers are happier and more motivated because when a worker knows what they are doing, they feel confident. Confident workers work harder. Less supervision is needed. When workers are trained, the manager does not have to watch them every minute, and this saves time. The business can also easily grow because skilled workers can help it serve more customers and make more profit. So what are the different methods of training? First, we have induction training. This one happens when the worker first joins the business. Think of it as a welcome tour. And in induction training, the new worker is shown around the workplace. They are told the rules of the business, for example, what time to arrive, what to wear, and who their manager is. They also learn about health and safety, especially if the business critically needs this known by the new worker. So here are the advantages of induction training. The new worker settles in quickly and feels welcome. And then they learn the rules of the business from the very beginning, so yeah, they are less likely to make mistakes. However, induction training costs the business money and time to organize this induction, or what we sometimes call orientation program. And the worker is not doing their job during this time, so no work is being done. Secondly, we have on-the-job training. This means the worker learns while they're actually doing their job right at the workplace. A more experienced worker or manager trains them as they work. So what are the advantages of on-the-job training? The worker learns using the actual tools and equipment of the business. So what they learn is very practical and useful. And it is cheaper because no separate classroom or outside trainer is needed. And then the worker is still being productive because work is still happening while they learn. And then the limitations of on-the-job training are if the person is doing the job and this person has bad habits, the one offering this on-the-job training, it is more likely that the new worker may copy those bad habits. The trainer cannot focus fully on their own work while teaching, and this can slow things down or production. The last method of training is off-the-job training. This happens away from the workplace, for example, at a college, a training center, or online. The worker leaves their job for a period of time to go and learn new skills. Advantages of off-the-job training include the worker can fully focus on learning because there are no distractions from customers or work duties. And then these workers are trained by specialists who are experts in that area. So the quality of the training is high. And this means that when these workers return to the job, there are very high chances that they're going to produce high quality work. And then workers may earn a qualification or certificate that is recognized everywhere. That means they can still use this skill in any other business. Disadvantages, it is very expensive because the business pays for the course fees and also loses the workers' time at work. In fact, sometimes they might need to fill in this position as these workers go off the job to attain their training. And then what the worker learns may not always match exactly with what the business needs, especially with changing needs and trends of customers. The business may pay for this off-the-job training, and by the time this worker returns, the skill is not very practical or not very needed at the time, especially if it is a service sector business. So your key takeaway is, for induction training, It is for new workers when they first join. It is also called orientation. On the job training, learning while actually doing the work at the workplace. And then off the job training is learning outside the workplace, like at a college, a training center, or any other institution. Remember, training costs money, but without it, workers make more mistakes and the business suffers. So a good business always invests in its people. I thank you for watching and listening.